I said, okay, well, what's going on? She said, well, I've been taking this medicine and I just can't stop taking the medicine anymore. I need you to come home. And so I got on the next plane, I go home and I come in the back door and I see Courtney. I said, honey, you okay? She said, well, I'm okay right now, but in a few hours it's gonna get really difficult. And sure enough, a few hours later, I saw her hand begin to tremble. And she started saying things like, I know the doctors don't want me taking any more of this medicine, but what if I just take one more pill to get me through the night? Look, what if I just take one more pill? And it was at that point that I realized we had a problem. And so the next day, we went to a mental health facility. We arrived kind of at this strange facility. We get into the waiting room. There's nobody around in the waiting room. And eventually a nurse comes and says, Courtney, will you come back? And we both walked to the door. And then they looked at me right before we went to the door and they said, look, you didn't get to come for this. You got to stay out there. And there was just something about not being able to journey through that struggle together in that moment that made us both feel so isolated and lonely. And so she came out a little while later and she said, Luke, they're recommending intensive therapy. And so that's what we did. I would drop her off at 9 a.m. in the morning and pick her up at 2 p.m. And we did that for a few weeks. And after that few weeks, the doctor said, hey, Courtney, you've shown such a remarkable improvement. You don't need to come back here anymore. You're free to go. Keep it up, you're on the right trajectory. And we were at home one evening and she had this bottle of pills in her hand and she said, look, I need to go and flush these pills because these pills represent so much shame and so much guilt in my life. I just need to see them leave one by one. And after she said that, I was reminded of a story about an explorer who went to a foreign land, and when he arrived on the beaches of the foreign land, he said to his men, he said, hey, we're going to go explore the horizon. We're going to see what this land has for us. We're going to see what's over the mountains. And after he finished explaining this to his men, he realized that none of his men wanted to follow him. They just wanted to return to what was comfortable. They just wanted to return to what was familiar. They just wanted to return to the past. And this explorer waited a few days. He called all of his men right back onto the shoreline again. He said, I want every single soldier on the beaches. And once all of his men were accounted for there, he gave his generals the command to burn the ships. Because he said, we will not go back. We will not live in the past. We will not retreat, but we will leave ourselves no option than to see what is over that horizon, to see what is over those mountains, than to see what is in our future. And for my wife, when she took those pills and she flushed them, that was her moment, burning the past. And for some of us here, tonight, you might say, look, if you just knew what I've lived through, you'd understand why I'm locked up. Look, if you just knew what was said to me as a child, you'd understand why I live in the past. Look, if you just knew what was said to me by a boss last year, if you just knew what my life consists of, you would understand why I'm not even sure I want a future. And here's what I would say to you. I would say to you this. I would say, go, and burn the ships. For a moment more, we've danced